Day 15 of accepting everything on DoorDash is accomplished. Let's go ahead and get into the orders. This was an interesting one. Anyways, let's do it. First one we got was not DoorDash. It was actually Instacart, as DoorDash did not send me an order for a good half hour or so. So I was like, might as well take this Instacart. It was a pretty good order. I think it took about an hour or so. And so yeah, we got $30.38. It was $9.72 base pay, $20.66 tip. It wasn't a huge order. It was just like I think I had like 20 items on it or something. So yeah, it was pretty decent. I think we got our first order done by 11:30, and I think we got our first order right at 10:30. Anyway, so the next order was DoorDash. We got this order that wasn't all that bad. 15 items, and we also had a pickup. It was 2.8 miles for $18.50. So to start with, it was all right. We got the order at 8:49 and no, not 8:49. It's 8:49 right now. We got the order at 11:33 and we finished it at 12:17. It took about 45 minutes to make that $18. It was base pay of $9.50. Customer tips for $5 and $4. Anyways, let's get on to the next one. We got this next order. It was decent enough. 4.2 miles, 9 items, and yeah. And then we got this add-on that was not terrible. It wasn't great, but 2 items for $3.50, 0.6 miles. So it made it a total of about $16 between the 2 orders. And afterwards, we got an extra $4 tip on one that was delivered at 12:17. So it would be the first one. Total I got for that order was $16.76, plus the additional $3.50, about $20 between those 2 orders. In how long? About 45 minutes. 45 minutes? No, about an hour total. No, longer than that. Yeah, about an hour. I think something like that. Anyways. So, I didn't take any lunch breaks yesterday. This is my first food that I ate of the day. Got a Lunchable, the protein pack. We got one of those whatever. I don't know how to say those cakes. And we got a yogurt smoothie drink. It wasn't great, but it held me over. And I did not take any breaks whatsoever yesterday at all. I figured it would have turned out better, but it still seemed like the pay was exactly what I would have got anyways, even if I would have taken breaks. Anyways, the next order, we got the one we had $7.25 base pay with $5.51 tips on that one order. We got the extra tip on top of it all. And the other one was a $2 base pay with a $1.50 tip. On to the next order. This one was actually pretty good. It was 3 items, only less than a mile away for $10.75. High-paying offer. Kind of actually consider this one a high-paying offer. Kind of. I wouldn't say it was great, but pretty good considering. I was actually pretty happy to see that one. Anyways, so the base pay was only $3.25. And the customer tips was $7.50. On orders like this, I can totally understand the base pay being so low. There was only 3 items, not much at all. Anyways, this next one was kind of worth it, but I don't know, so much mileage on it. 18.9 miles, $35.60, and there was also 55 total items on the order. Luckily, I can shop pretty quickly. We got the order at 1:52, and okay, why did I have to call support again? Oh, yeah, that was because of one of the other orders. I don't even think I got on here. I showed up. I had a Firehouse order. I think it was after that one. I must not have got the screenshot. Maybe, I don't even know. But I was on the phone canceling the order because the place would not make it, even though I told them, I'm like, you're still going to get paid for it. And they're like, well, we don't have a tablet. We didn't get the order, so we can't make it. And I'm like, I got the steps. The Dasher app specifically says you'll get paid. So, you're supposed to make the order if I show you the items. They're like, no, I just go by what our boss tells me to go by. So I had to call DoorDash, and I have no idea why the frick it took this long for the support person to call the store just to cancel the dang order. Like, seriously, I was on hold or waiting back and forth. I don't even know what they were doing for 14 freaking minutes. It took like 20 minutes total to make that $4.50 for it canceling. It was freaking bogus. Like, seriously, all she had to do was call the store initially. But seriously, she had me on the phone forever until finally she's like, okay, do you mind if me placing you on a hold so I can call the store and confirm that they won't make the order? And I was like, yeah, I told her to do that initially. Like, when I first called, I was like, yeah, you should call the store and, tell them either try to make they can make the order and they'll get paid. See if you can get them to make it, because I'd prefer to do the order. And she was like, or, just call them and get the order canceled so I can get, half pay or whatnot. That was a big pain in the butt. Anyways, in between all this, I saw this really good order that I should have done, but I was like, I'm going to lose out. Well, I'm only going to gain like $30, and it's going to be extra time to get there and whatnot. But still, I would have, in the same amount of time, well, a little bit more time, it probably would have earned me probably $30 extra compared to what I was making, if not more so. Because this order, it was pretty big, 70 units total, but only 39 items on Instacart. $78.25 that I turned down. 7.1 miles away. It was 7.1 miles going out in the middle of nowhere, though, so it would have been close to 14 miles total. And then also 39 items, that there could have been some wrong things with it. 78 units total. But still, $78. I should have dropped the order I was on, but it was like, should I really get rid of or hurt my perfect ratings? I really should have. Like, seriously, I might be at 100% acceptance, 100% completion, and 5 stars. But that would have only been one completion point. It only takes 100 orders to get that 1 point back. Anyways, enough about that. So this is the order that I shopped. Took me, I think, 20 minutes total to shop the order for that Safeway one that I was doing. And I got to go, let's see here. So it took I got the order at 1:52 and I dropped off the order at 3:06. So 1:52 took me about an hour and 10 minutes or so to get it dropped off. I still had to drive back up though, but $25 base pay, $10 customer tip, $85.11 in 3.5 hours. But the thing was DoorDash was actually, doing decent. It wasn't like completely bad. It was really busy. I kept getting order after order for the most part, a couple dead spots here and there. It seemed like they were just adjusting the algorithm because it was crazy busy yesterday. Anyways, $6.50 to go 4.5 miles at Jack in the Box. We did that one. At least all the orders were pretty quick pickups, except that freaking Firehouse order that took about a half an hour to get out to drive there, wait on the phone, and then finally get my $4.50. Anyway, so we got this next order, 4.9 miles, 10 items, $18.75. Not a great order, but pretty decent enough. Almost $20 for that. And then in between, we got, the orders were popping up too quickly to show the customer tip. $6.50 total on in the box, which, I already showed that technically. I think it was like a $2 tip and $4.50 base pay, if I remember correctly. Anyway, so the next one, Safeway order, $8 base pay, $10.75 customer tip. So we're at 110 in 4.5 hours, which isn't great, but not super bad. Anyways, we got this next order, 5 points, 13 items total for $10.25. And it took from 408 to, we also got this added on. It's 10.25, so we got another $4 added on for less than a mile away. Not great, but not bad. A little addition to it. Not take much effort for that. So 14.25 for the 2 orders. And then we also got an extra $5 for the order that I got dropped off for Safeway. There was $18.75 total that I dropped off at $4.08. Yeah. So I got an extra $5 on that one, which made it $23. So it was actually a pretty good order on that, especially with the extra tip added on. Anyways, there was a $2 base pay, $2 customer tip was the added on order. Anyways, so we got this other order that I should have taken. I think it was even an in-between time, but I was like so caught up in wanting to make sure to get more DoorDashes done that I didn't take it. $25.85, 23 items, 6.5 miles. So that was why. I was in Chehalis and I didn't want to drive to Centralia. I almost took this order, but I was like, I don't really want to get out of this area. I should have though, because it was decent enough. And plus, I swear that if I get a few orders in on Instacart and I in-dash, then it's like, I swear DoorDash balances payout. So it doesn't matter how much I work or how long I work. If I take a break in between and do an order in Instacart, I come back to making more pay. I swear that happens constantly. So I really should have taken these orders. But at the same time, sometimes it goes the other way, but it does seem to work out a lot more when I make sure to take Instacarts occasionally. Anyways, go up. This was just crazy. I can't believe they only boost this much, and I got proof of this. I might actually make a video on this, but seriously, look at the boost. It wasn't by 2 pennies this time, but pretty low boost. It was a quick boost, though, but it went from $25.85 to only $26.92. Actually, that's more than I was expecting. I didn't look at it. It was no, that's more than $1. I'm not going to make a video on that. That was $1. I thought it only boosted $25.85 to $25.92. Maybe that's what I did last time. It just confused me. I didn't realize it was an extra $1 on top of the pennies, because normally it just boosts $25.85 to $26.85. So there was, $1.08, $1.07, something like that. I can't math right now. Anyway, so we got another order that I almost took but didn't. It was a double order, 27 items, 9.6 miles for $31.89. Not the greatest order in the world, but it was still another good or decent order I could have done in between, as I've done, worse orders like that on DoorDash in the day. Anyways, we got this awesome order. 1.1 miles for $13.75. We had the Great Cuisine of India plus Dollar General, 5 items. We got the order at 5:04. We dropped off both orders by 5:42. Took about 40 minutes to make $13.75. Not great, but it could be worse. It was only $6.75 on those 2 orders, and we got a $4 tip and a $3 tip. Customer actually tipped pretty decent between those. The base pay was just really low. Because seriously, even Dollar General base pay just seems like it's just complete crap sometimes. It was a small order, though, so I can give him that much. Anyways, we got another similar order. Pretty much the same exact thing happened at Great Cuisine of India with with Safeway this time, but 6.7 miles compared to the other one was 7.1 miles. So about almost the same exact. This one paid less. This customer doesn't tip anything really. I swear they always tip either $0 or $1. And usually it's only $1 on one order. This time they tipped $1 on each order. So I got an extra $1 compared to normal. So we got $11.25. Base pay was $9.25 and $1 on each order. But, it's just the base pay could have been different though. It just always varies. There really should be more transparency on DoorDash, in my opinion, for why the base pay is the way it is, because I swear it doesn't matter about declines. I do think there is a demand increased pay, though. When it gets super busy and people aren't accepting them throughout all orders, I do think it increases. But when it's just one order out there and it's only 1% of orders, they don't increase it like whatsoever, because like I've shown on one video, there was one order out there for 40 minutes and the base pay was only $2.25. Anyways, next order, 4.9 miles, 1075, Taco El Rey and Dollar General, another double. It's you know, the same customer. So no, this was actually two different customers. That's right, this one was different. And it was weird too, because they had me drop off the one order and they're technically on the way from me. Like I could have done them in a row. So I could have done, picked up the food, then I could have shopped Dollar General, and then I could have dropped them off together. But the customer was only a little bit away. I think it was only a mile away, and I didn't want their food getting cold, so I just dropped it off right away. Then I went back to Dollar General, then dropped off the other one. And that was how they had it scheduled out. Anyways, I got these two other orders that I probably should have done one of them. They were actually pretty good. Not great, but this one, 5.9 miles, 50 items, 59 total units. Could have taken anywhere between an hour to 2 hours. Usually get it done in about an hour, but I didn't take them. Their item, $30 for the two orders, 7.4 miles. Probably should have done one of those orders, but nah, I'm like, DoorDash is busy. Let's just go ahead and keep doing DoorDash for low pay. Anyways, so for 7 hours and 17 minutes, we were at 165.36. We got $8.75 base pay on that, and only a $2 tip on the Dollar General, and a 0 tip on the other order. Anyways, we got this other order that wasn't bad. It was actually decent enough. 0.9 miles for $8 at Pizza Hut, $5 base pay, and a $3 customer tip. That one, I was actually surprised the base pay was that high. I think it was because of how busy it was, but and also just I really think they determine it by how much money you've made. They try to keep you balanced, at least around here, at about $22, especially if you accept everything. But I don't know. It can go really up there if you decline and accept, like I should be doing, but I'm doing this stupid challenge. But sometimes accepting everything can be good, and I'm trying to find a day where it's really good again. And I just haven't been seeing any days of accepting everything being super good, at least not lately. Anyways, we did get this other order that was pretty good, $9.75 plus for 3.7 miles. It was pretty much the same exact order on that one too, same items and everything. So we got $2.75 base pay with $9.71 customer tips, so about $185 in 8 hours. Then we got this next in the box, 2.5 miles for $5, and we I got another order like right away before dropping it off, but it was, I didn't see the tips. Probably $2 base pay and $3.50 tips, but I don't know. Anyway, so we got this other order right away. Great order, $6.75, 2.3 miles, 11 items. Could be worse, but actually it was worse. I'll show you why. Oh yeah, we also ate again. I was getting super hungry, but I didn't want to stop Dash, so I didn't, like I said, I didn't take any lunch breaks. Ate in my car. I got Jack in the Box really quick. It was just the chicken wraps, classic one. Wasn't great. It was okay. And then, but yeah, all these items, we had six 12 packs and some chips and those things. And it wouldn't have been that bad if I would have delivered it to a normal house, but it was super hot out. I think it was like 90 degrees yesterday. And I also, this one turned out being $75 for only with a $1 customer tip. But I also had to take all the items up these stairs. That was great. Yeah, and it was roasting in there. It was even hotter in there than it was outside, so I was like dying. It wasn't as bad as the last time I delivered here. Oh my gosh. Like, I seriously about had heat stroke. It was just bad. And then the customer wasn't there because it was a hand it to me and the customer wasn't there. And so I had to call them, and then I had to bring the items from being up there back downstairs because they for some reason wanted them downstairs and not upstairs because it was going to somebody else that was in a different apartment. I don't even get it. But yeah, so I got water right after that, started feeling better again. But yeah, that was not a good time. Anyways, but at the same time, on that one, it was a crappy order, and I did have to go up this flight of stairs, and I only got $1 tip. But those kind of orders I feel kind of good about doing because they're low income apartments and I could tell they're struggling. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to do the order, and I'm going to at least feel good in that aspect of it. And I'm not going to complain or anything. I guess I kind of complain because it kind of sucked doing that. It would have been better if they would have actually, helped take all the items up there. But at the same time, I'm doing a job and I don't mind, helping people out, even though it's kind of blah, that's for sure. Anyways, go on to the next one. This next order, $10, 3.2 miles for 5 items. Not a terrible order, but I would not count it as a high-paying offer. Anyways, almost. Like a mid-paying offer. That's pretty much what I call it. And then I got this really good order that I should have freaking done. Seriously, I think I would have had time to pick it up and do it. And in between, I think I was just done. I think I was in between orders too. I don't think I even had a DoorDash order when this popped up. $20, 1.9 miles, only 13 items. Good order. That's a high paying order in my opinion. And I didn't take it. Anyways, $10 base pay, $5.50 or $5.50 base pay, $4.50 customer tip. And then yeah, I think that was the last order I did. And I think I didn't take the other one because I just wanted to go home. But then we saw this order on Uber Eats. This banger of an order, $11.08 for 22.9 miles. No, thank you. Going way south when I did not want to go that way. And it didn't increase. I hate Uber Eats now. I have not done an Uber Eats. I'm hoping, because I do plan on doing a challenge coming up to get my acceptance rate on Uber Eats. But man, there are some just crap orders. My acceptance is at 0% though. So I'm thinking, if I get back up there, things will get better again. I don't know. But it didn't used to. Seriously, orders used to increase a lot better than they used to. That is for sure. I actually liked Uber Eats because, yeah, it wasn't busy, but at least the orders were good, at least most of the time when I saw them. Now they're just not. I don't know. Even enough about that. I probably just need to get my acceptance up, maybe. Okay. So I always wonder, because I got that saying so-and-so order has been changed and updated. I'm always wondering which item they got for free. Because that's usually what it means, is they refunded an item. And I know for sure on that order, I delivered all their items. But whatever, it is what it is. As long as, you don't have massive amounts of items being returned, you're usually good. Or at least, saying that you didn't deliver, you're usually good. As long as you're not getting a bunch of not delivered orders and whatnot, or if it happens constantly. If it happens constantly, you're just going to get removed because obviously you're taking items, which don't do that. Dashers get away with it for a while. That's one of the reasons why when you order, you're missing items, but they do eventually get removed. That's one of the reasons why I'm still on DoorDash and I'm almost at 14,000 deliveries. Anyways, so for total, let's get this done. Another 24 freaking minute video. I went, what time did I end at? I ended my dash at 8:37. I decided to go home so I can get, some extra sleep or whatnot. Try to get going and I was trying to get this video done and up by 8 a.m. No, it didn't happen. It's 9:14 right now, which sucks, but whatever. Anyways, so we started. Man, my brain doesn't work sometimes. I need to be pausing more often. So we finished our first order at 11:30. So we started about 10:30, and we ended at 8:30. So about 10 hours actually that we worked yesterday. And we made a total of $213.70. Dash time was 9.5 hours. So I guess 10.5 hours yesterday. And the tips or pay was $113, tips were $95.07, and the other pay was $563 for that, the canceled order. So I guess it was more than I expected. Okay, so yeah, $213.70 we made in 9.5 hours on DoorDash, which is about $22 an hour. It's about what they seem to cap me at lately. And then at least on accepting everything. And then on the Instacart, we made that extra, $33 or $30. So in total, we made $243.70, which about $24 an hour between everything. 23, 24, not terrible, but not, it's great. Actually, it's better than I was expecting. Because it's just a long day. No breaks. I went throughout. Anyways, let's get out of here. I hope today will be a really good day. I need to get going. We'll get going on day 16. I don't know how much longer I can handle this, but day 16 of accepting everything is starting today. And yeah, please thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe. Lots more stuff to come on this channel. Bye for now.